Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now I would like to quality of education and how to ensure it in Bangladesh. Education is the key to overall development of a nation, but various challenges in the education system of our country much success achieved so far. Compared to international level education system and standards of our education are not competitive, and in a word they lag behind. Lack of unified curriculum has been the bane of the education sector for the past 46 years of independence. The qualified teachers, institutions, and other facilities and lack of political will are the other challenges towards the education of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is one of the most densely populated countries in the world with about 160 million people within this small area. So Bangladesh cannot ensure the participation of all children in schools or any educational institutions. There are many schools, colleges, universities administered or assisted by government or non-government organizations, but their number are fewer than required children. From rural or poverty-stricken areas are less likely to be enrolled or less likely to continue their studies even if they are enrolled. In some cases, they drop out at primary stage. Some attend high school and few have the chance to get admitted into universities. Many factors make it impossible to maintain the quality of education in a country. Factors behind the poor state of education. The big condition for building a strong, progressive country is a properly educated populace at every level of education. Thus, education system should be appropriate with the time and international standard as well. But the quality of education is quite often ignored and thus resulting ultimately in hindering the progress of our country. The factors that contribute to the poor state of our education are given below. Number 1. Insufficient and unqualified teachers. Inadequate resources hurt the quality of teachers. Many teachers cannot receive proper training. They don't understand competency-based curriculum and may not even understand the material they teach. Due to insufficient resources, the teachers sometimes are not employed. So educational institutions run their academic activities with less teachers. Chronic recruitment of unqualified teachers also hampers educational progress. Number 2. Inadequate resources. Inadequate resources has also hampered education in our country. The government spends the most from the national budget in education, which is 16.4% of the budget is fiscal year 2017 and 2018. But it is insufficient in comparison with the requirement. In general, enrollment of students has already risen, but the allocation of resources to education remains unchanged, leading to the deterioration of overall quality of education at all levels. About more than half of the education institutions have inadequate infrastructures, textbooks, and learning materials. Number 3. Political unrest. Political violence in the country hampers the education. Due to it, education institutes remain closed for many years. So teachers cannot teach their students properly. As a result, the quality of education is often ignored. Number 4. Corruption. Bangladesh faces a serious problem of corruption. Moreover, corruption is the most ubiquitous in the education sectors. Personal greed rather than imparting students leads to the devaluation of education in our country to a great extent. Number 6. Poor and backdated educational material. Books and other educational materials are not keeping pace with international standards. Besides, the books of lower qualities are being available in the markets. Students are taking help of guide books of lower qualities, which also hamper the qualities of our education. How to ensure the quality education in Bangladesh? The constitutions of our country rightly recognizes and declares education under Articles 17 as a basic right of the people. Currently, a deplorable situation in the country exists, but education system should be appropriate with the time and the international standard. There have been many serious studies and the recommended changes based on such studies by different education commission since 1972. The changes have been implemented under the different governments of independent Bangladesh with various degrees of success. However, unfortunately, despite the mass investment and effort by both the government and the private sectors, desired level of success in education has not yet been achieved. The below discussion will focus on how to ensure the quality of education in Bangladesh. Teacher-students ratio. For the purpose of ensuring quality education in a country, there should be fixed teacher-students ratio which will be conducted to take classes. The teachers will not be bored taking the classes, and the students will not lose their concentration, and they can understand their teachers as there will be calm and quiet atmosphere in the classroom. One of the most important factors in the fostering a healthy standard of education is low teachers of students ratio, or in other words, maintaining small class size. In the developed world, where the standard of output are highest, the class size are lowest. At the same time, the countries that are struggling with maintaining standards have large teacher-student ratios. Recruitment of qualified teachers. Recruitments of qualified teachers are sometimes hampered due to corruption, personal regret, and nepotism. Besides, the recruitment system has some quota system which allow weak teachers to enter these professions. Qualified teachers contribute to the development of poor education of a country to a great extent. So, recruitment policy should be transparent and fair. International standard education materials. In our education systems, books of several years ago, updated books, even books are low standard, are available, but with the passage of time, books need to be updated, and international standard books and curriculum should be introduced so that our students from all levels can compete with the students of developed countries in the world. Training and proper facilities for the teachers. Most teachers lack of training and are not mentally suitable as teachers and mentors of their minds of the future generation. In many cases, teachers are more interested in private tutoring rather than mentoring and teaching in regular classes, and students greatly suffer from both academically and financially. So the teachers need to be trained up so that they can teach students properly and creatively, and facilities for the teachers should be given so that they can concentrate on their regular classes and teaching students properly. In this way, the quality of education can be ensured so that qualified students, above all, talented graduate students join the professions. In infrastructural development, the lack of the most basic facilities such as chairs, tables, water, electricity, and even toilets discourage students and teachers to learn and teach properly. Every education institution should also have a library with the collection of interest books, so every institution should be facilitated with the modern amenities so that calm and quiet atmosphere for reading and learning is found around. Classrooms should be friendly and technologically up to date and clean. Creation of competitive minds among the students. Competition among the students should be created in many ways. Retaining weak students for a year should not be considered an option since funding is provided for all the students. Extra care must be provided to weaker students so that they have the chance to reduce the gap with the better students. Comparative results are very detrimental. That is why many development countries avoid publishing comparative results. Evaluation should remain published and used only for identifying students' needs. Frequent exam stress makes education intimidating and forces students to depend on memorizations. So such exams should be priced out and evaluation should be made to accommodate frequent class text and class performance. Creative but weak students should be given vocational education. Education of corruption, political unrest. Corruption hinders the progress of education due to it weaker teachers are recruited and the institutes lost their standard. Political stability ensured the continuation of education programs smoothly and freely. Increasing national budget for education. Education is considered backbone of a nation, so the government should give the priority through the government gives but it's less than required. A large budget for the improvement of education sectors is needed to ensure the participation of all children in primary level and the students in higher levels, thus the quality of education can be ensured. In a word, education no doubt plays an important role in building a country scientifically, technologically, morally and culturally developed. So we have to achieve quality education so that we can compete with other developed countries of the world. We are still lagging in education, but quite hopeful, and we will be able to provide our young generations with qualitative education and have an educationally enriched country in near future. Thank you. Thank you all.